welcome back. I don't usually show my face on here and I have wet hair, but whatever. I wanted to do a quick little video of just some different organization ideas that I've used in my craft room. Maybe give you some ideas. I know you see me thrifting a lot and I love to thrift for things to organize with. So I just wanted to show you a few of the little things I've used, things that you may be able to find at your thrift store or when you're out garage sailing or whatever it may be, to give you some ideas of how to store some of the little pieces of ephemera and little die cut things that we all have laying around our craft room. So hopefully this gives you some inspiration or some ideas, and I hope you enjoy. All right, so the first thing, you're probably gonna hear my dog. They're playing with a crinkly toy, of course. But I love these. So a Rolodex, and this is a business card file. So let me show you how I use the Rolodex. I like all these little, Temu papers. I think a lot of us, if you're into junk journaling, crafting, you probably like these little things. But for me, I found that if I keep them organized like this on my desk, I'm much more likely to use them. So I picked this up at Goodwill. I don't know if I still have the price tag. I know I don't. I think it was like maybe $4 or $5. But what I've done is, so it already had the tabs in it. So under letter A, I have little papers that I would say, oh, if I want like a little ad for something. So I put all the little papers that are like ads for things in letter A. So you just kind of use how you would look for something. And then I have a few bear things. I have a bunch of butterfly things. So we're in the B section. It's very full. I have a lot of butterfly paper. Then we have coupons in the C's. So basically, if I'm looking for, I don't know, maybe I want to look for a letter, not like an alphabet letter, but correspondence kind of letters. That's in the L's. So I just organize these little things, easy to reach, easy to grab when I want something. I have quotes under the Q. Under T, I've got little ticket things. So just a fun way to organize some of those little things, make it easy to find when you're in the middle of a project. So that's how I use that one. This one is actually for business cards, but what I have used it for are game cards. Now, I'm not using the dividers in this one, although I could, but I had picked up a game that has all these different book titles and plots, and there's like some little library type cards. I have some playing cards in here that are just randomly on my desk, but they fit in here perfectly. So a good way to store if you like to use game pieces, or if you want to put like your playing cards in here. I have playing cards somewhere else, but business card files or sorters, doesn't have to be vintagey like this one, but a business card file. Perfect way to store something. Here is another way. I actually made this box out of chipboard, covered it with wallpaper samples. So very easy. And in here, I just have the little pendants and things that I think I've showed you how to make before on one of my tutorials. So I just keep them in this little box, and that works out perfectly. So these are just, I made this box, and you could just make it however size, whatever size you need. Okay, another thing I picked up at Goodwill, I don't remember how much, and I think this is just maybe a letter sorter, I'm not really sure, but I am using it to put tags in. So I have all these tags ready to go, to decorate or whatever, and it's the perfect little way to sort tags. So originally it was from TJ Maxx for $4.99. I picked it up at Goodwill though. So here's another fun way to organize tags or whatever. Look for paper sorters like this. Okay, along the lines of thrifted organization, I don't remember if I had this in a video, but I got this wooden box at Goodwill for, I don't know, $5 or $6. My husband screwed it to the top of my little shelf here, and I put my inks in it. So they are all there and ready to be used. Another fun thing, I have like those Tim Holtz clips in here and a few other clips. just a little jar. I think it's for spices or whatever, but fits perfectly in there. So I love to find little jars, little divided boxes, great storage finds, always available at Goodwill, at least mine. You just got to keep your eyes peeled for those. All right, one of my favorite things, back when I did that first craft room buyout a few months ago, when I was loading everything up, the lady gave me this printer tray. And I think that's what it's called. Oh my gosh, my dogs are playing in the background. So it's a printer tray. You can probably find them on Marketplace. Maybe you'll find one at an estate sale or something like that. But I have it just sitting on this shelf and I have stamps in it. So, and then of course my husband built that shelf behind my door. But this is just another place to store stamps, or you could put other things in there, but it works out great. And again, it was thrifted. Okay, so I used to do craft fairs and I had picked up this card display, I believe at a garage sale. I want to say maybe $5 or $6. And I had it just in my garage because that's where I only use it for craft fairs. But then I thought, hey, I can store my blank cards or whatever cards that I'm going to cut up in this. It sits right here behind my shelf, so you can't really see it. But that's how I have my cards and envelopes stored. So that's another fun thing. Think outside the box. It doesn't just have to be for craft fairs or displays. You can just use it in your craft room. So here's another thing I like to do. I grabbed, and these, I guess, you guessed it, from Goodwill, these little files. And when I'm working on a project, so for example, this is all sewing ephemera and things that I'm using in my daughter's sewing journal. So I just put them all in here, and then, when I finish her journal, I can get to go on another sewing one because I have all that stuff. And then this one has all bare things in it. So I just sort them like this. This one is just VHS case covers that I'm going to use for different crafts. So that's another way to sort things. Now this, I believe, this might be for ink pads. I'm not really sure, but I put it on its side, or however you want to say it, and it is the perfect size to store embossing folders and be able to see what you have. So I have my embossing folders in this, and that works out really well. Sneak peek at some of the new dies I acquired. That'll be an upcoming video. All right, this has brads in it, as you can see, and this is actually, I believe, for spices. I think it's from IKEA, although I did not get it at IKEA, it was thrifted. But I can just come over here and grab a jar. I have them kind of organized by metal finish, and then they're ready to go. So that's a fun way to store some little bits and bobs. The last thing I think that I'm going to show you are these boxes. I believe they're called photo boxes. You can get them at any craft store. I've also seen them at Goodwill many times. But I store little things in here, and they're all organized so I can find them easily. So, for example, this one just says labels. How fitting, right? Labels. And it's labels. So I have each one kind of organized by category. I got like Christmas, buttons, tags, those kinds of things. And then, because I have a few of these, I have 2 other ones, I put a label on the side that I made with my Cricut Joy. And I just wrote on here everything that's in here. So when it's in my cube, like these 2, I can see what is in there. And then I know, okay, I need to grab that box because that one has the sewing ephemera in it, or, whatever you're looking for. So that makes it easier. So you don't have to like pull it out and, find each one. So that's another great way to store little things. And of course, I like to find these pretty boxes. You can get them at Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Goodwill, wherever. And I think this bottom one has like lace and trims in it. And I think that one has ribbon. So great ways to store things in a pretty little box. So I hope you got some ideas from this, some things that you can watch for when you're out thrifting, so that you can find some fun organizational items. Thanks for watching.